everyone again. I thought that in this video that I would talk about something that's only recently became easy for me to talk about, which is bullying. Yeah, I was bullied all through high school. I was actually bullied out of my first high school. I just couldn't take things anymore. I wasn't bullied in primary school, but on the first day of high school I just remember walking into the school gates and having iron brew bottles and little iron brew bottles thrown at me and being shouted at. Yeah, quite hard. Being 11 and never been bullied before, and then just suddenly being the target. Yeah, I'll show you a picture of what I look like in high school. This picture is actually like so embarrassing, but yeah, that's me at high school. That's me when I was 11. This was taken on the third day of high school. This is the small version because there was a bigger version and I asked my mum to like hide it so I can't find it because it's still quite hard to look at. Yeah, because in this picture there is actually tears in my eyes. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, because we were queuing to get our photos taken, and the guy behind me was like, I can't remember what he was doing, but he was just like saying things and it was just making me feel uncomfortable. Looking back, it seems so stupid. What I got upset about then seemed really stupid, and I'm just like, why didn't I just be like, I honestly don't care what you're saying. But at the time it was awful. I thought I'd talk about bullying because still there's bullying and there's so many things about, oh, stop bullying, get support. But it took me about till I was 15. So it was 4 years to get support. I was actually bullied out of my first high school. I was 14 and I just was like, I'm leaving and I'm going to go to this new school. They gave me like 4 days notice or something like that. I didn't tell anyone I was leaving because I didn't want attention on it. Yeah, and I just left. But even changing school didn't help me. And I left and never sat my exams because of bullying. But it wasn't until I was 15, almost 16, that I started to get help, which was actually at the Child and Adolescent Mental Health Service. And I honestly think if you're bullied, to get help, and if it's making you feel awful, go to your doctor about it. It's embarrassing, it really is embarrassing, but it's the best thing that I've ever done, and it's taken me like from 15 to I'm now 20, so it's taken me 5 years to feel comfortable talking about it and be open about it. But honestly, it's worth it in the end because I'm a completely different person than I was in this photo. I mean, this photo to me, it's me, it looks like me, but that isn't me. Like, I am a completely different person and I'm happy that I'm a completely different person. I still get hurt by things, and people say I take things too personally, but that's just me. But I've learnt to deal with it. And I got another picture of me in high school. This is me at, how old was I in this picture? What year was it? 2005. So I would have been 14. Yeah, I would have just turned 14. So this is just before I left my high school. That's me. I loved being in my brass band, but you can see how many people are in my brass band. And we used to go to Glasgow for the Scottish Youth Brass Band Championships. That year we won 2005. But out of all the people in the band, I didn't talk to anyone. I had no one to talk to. Probably if you asked them people, they probably noticed me, but they probably didn't realise. So it wasn't their fault. I never got bullied by anyone but in the brass band, but I fell out of place, which is, oh god. I felt out of place in that photo. Only like 3 years difference, but you can already see that I'm different. But I was still scared, and bullying is horrible. But there's not a single way to deal with it. I was always told, tell someone about it. That never worked for me. Telling like the teacher or the head made things a whole lot worse for me. And what I would say now is stick up for yourself. But I never had the confidence to do that at the time. So just show it doesn't affect you. Even if it is, just put on a front. And even if it is hurting you, talk to your friends. And if you don't have any friends, like I never had that many friends at school. My friends always came and go, and it was drama. Talk to a sibling or your parents, or and if you can't talk to them, go to the doctor so that you can have someone to talk to. And even if it's like a psychologist or counsellor, I had counselling recently, so helpful. And what she told me to do was to keep a little journal. I always kept diaries in school, but they were sad, so I kept this journal, and I put happy things as well as sad things in it, which has been so helpful to me. Like even birthday cards, I have actually stuck birthday cards in here that I got from my 20th, because they make me happy just looking at the birthday cards. So if I am feeling down, I just look at them, and it helps. And I think I wrote down in here all the words that I have actually been called by people. So the words I wrote down in here that I've been called are ugly, tranny, transsexual, lesbian, worthless, dumb, geek, selfish, vain, tramp, mental, flat-chested, spoil, attention seeker, childish, four eyes, and control freak. I wrote them all down because I wanted to get them out and get them over with. But they still sometimes hurt, thinking back on them. Especially the attention seeker, that one was really recent. That was in September, I was called an attention seeker. That one still hurts. But hopefully, because of writing them down, I'll get over them. And I've wrote happy memories in here. It really helps. So I didn't think this would help, writing a little thing. And sticking pictures in that just make you feel better. I put like getting my first tattoo. Yeah, because that's a good memory. And then sticking things from magazines like Spoil Yourself. It really... Because if you're feeling down after someone saying something to you, just looking at pictures when you're happy helps. That's why I've got pictures of me and my friends on my walls. Just happy things to look at. It really helps surrounding yourself by things that make you happy. Which I didn't do when I was getting picked on. I didn't have pictures of like me with my family or my dogs. Well, I only had one dog then, but dogs, yeah. It really helps. And like sticking, like putting your long-term goal, mine is to own a mini. So I put that in there because that's my goal, and no one's going to stop me in the way of getting my goal now. Before I didn't think about things like that. So yeah, I just like looking at all this that I've got in here. It really just cheers you up. But what I'd say to people who are getting bullied would be to seek help. And like I was told to tell a teacher, never worked for me, always made it worse. So if it's really, really affecting you and affecting you going to school or going to whatever, because you can get bullied not just at school, at work. I do know people who have been bullied at work. Volunteer job, college, whatever. But if it's affecting you going there, go to your doctor. And you may think, oh, it's not a physical thing, but it's a mental thing, which to me is worse. And you always need someone to talk to. Even if it's hard to talk about, write it down. And it's taken me years to feel comfortable to talk about what happened to me. And looking back on it, it seems so ridiculous now, but it affected me. So having it written down, I can just be like, hand it to someone to read, so I don't have to say it if I'm feeling that bad about it. So yeah, it's always helped me. Even if you can't talk about it, write it down. That would be my advice. Me personally, I have found that there are so many services out there that will help young people, and like different areas are different in the services, but especially if you're in high school, there are services that are willing to help and that are free, to help you cope if you're being bullied, or like if it's really affecting you. There are places that will help you. You've just got to get up the confidence to go to a doctor and just say, I need help, but only you know when that point is. Never give up. If one place doesn't work, try a different place, and if that doesn't work, try a different place. You have no idea how many places that I've been to asking for help and it hasn't worked, and some places don't work and other places do. Everyone's different.